YouTube, what's up? This is iFonemodder here, and today I'm going to be showing you the new MacBook Pro that was actually announced today. And I actually did make a predictions video, and I posted it this morning, which was kind of a mistake because I made it last night, but then I didn't have time to post it last night, so I just kept it till this morning because I did not expect they would release it today. So now let's just go take a look at it, and I'll show you guys what's on this thing. So we're going to go navigating to apple.com. And by the way, if you want to see my predictions video, there will be a link in the description to that. So now when you go to apple.com, the home page, as you can see, advertises their new MacBook Pro. It says state-of-the-art processors, all new graphics, breakthrough high-speed I/O, 3 very big leaps forward. So now we're going to click on this and see where it takes us. So now we're just on the MacBook Pro page, and you can see it has all these little 4 things, but first we're just going to go to the Buy Now page, because I think this is the best way to do it. So as you can see, 13-inch models, there's 2 of them, 15-inch models, there's 2 of them, and there's one 17-inch model. So the first 13-inch model is 2.3 gigahertz, 2 i5 processors, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 320 gigabyte hard drive with 5,400 RPM, which is the disk access speed. The graphics are an Intel HD Graphics 3000 with a 7-hour built-in battery life, and that is $1,200. The second 13-inch model is 2.7 gigahertz, and it is dual-core i7 processors. By the way, these are the Sandy Bridge processors. 4 gigs of RAM, 500 gigabyte hard drive, 5,400 RPM, Intel Graphics HD 3000, and 7 hours of battery life. That's $1,500. Then you got the 15-inch MacBook Pro. You get a 2.0 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i7, 4 gigs of RAM, 500 gig hard drive, 5,400 RPM, Intel HD Graphics 3000. Also get another graphics card in this thing. It will be an AMD Radeon HD 6490M with 256 megabytes of GDDR5 and 7 hours of built-in battery life, even though you have so many graphics cards in this. Then the second 15-inch model, the price for the last one was $17.99. The second 15-inch model is 2.2 gigahertz. It's also a quad-core Intel Core i7 processors, 4 gigabytes of RAM, but this one has a 750 gigabyte hard drive, and by the way, these are not solid-state hard drives, and it's 5,400 RPM. And then it has Intel Graphics HD 3000, and this has an AMD Radeon HD 6750M with 1 gig of GDDR5, and it also has 7 hours of battery life. But this is $2,200, so it is running a little steep of a price. Then you got the master right here. You got the 17-inch 2.2 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i7 with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 750 gigabytes, running at 5,400 RPM, Intel Graphics HD 3000, AMD Radeon HD 6750M with 1 gigabyte GDDR5, and that is built-in battery for 7 hours. Now, I don't really see a big difference between these two, just the screen size. So if you're looking for 17 inches instead of 15 inches, this will do. So now those are just the differences. Now let's look at what they all have in common. So this is what they all have in common. They all have the Intel processors, as you can see here. Then, I did mention this in my last video, they do have Thunderbolt technology. It is a special port that is the same as a mini display port, and companies will actually have to adopt it. And they will have to use special cables that will go into those ports, so you can't just stick in a random USB cable in the Thunderbolt port. It is kind of like FireWire, except Apple does seem to start to publicize this more than they did with FireWire, so hopefully companies do adopt it and it does take off. And this actually is twice as fast as USB 3.0, and that is the reason why Apple did not integrate USB 3.0. It runs at 10 gigabytes per second, so that's really good. Now let's look at the next thing. They say it's a game-changing idea. Game-changing graphics. They say that the AMD Radeon graphics on the 15 and 17-inch MacBook Pro are up to 3 times faster on the previous models. Then, this is also in one of my predictions, you got FaceTime in HD. Make full-screen HD video calls that are astonishingly crisp. So this is really good, and actually, as you can see here, you can configure it, so it does have a solid-state hard drive. You can get turbo boost speeds up to 3.4 gigahertz, memory up to 8 gigs, hard drives up to 750 gigs, and solid-state hard drives ranging from 128, 256, and 512 gigabytes. So that's really amazing, and by the way, the processor is a quad-core that you can configure. So now we're just going to go look at the more basic tech specs on this. So I already went over a lot of these things, but just check them out real quick. So right now I actually am under the 15-inch, and I think I'm just going to stay under here because they're basically all the same except for the previous ones that I mentioned. So if you want to come to Apple.com, you can check this out, but it just says Core i7, which I already went over. Okay, here's the weight. For the 15-inch model, you're going to be running at 5.6 pounds. So that's not bad. I mean, for Macbook Pro, let's see about the 13-inch model, you're running at about 4.5 pounds. The 17-inch, you have 6.6 pounds. It's relatively decent, nothing special. Let's look at the other things. If you want, you can come see the dimensions here. I'm not going to go over that. Let's see. Right here, we got a little list of the ports right here. You got a MagSafe power port, a Gigabyte Ethernet port, FireWire 800 port up to 800 megabytes per second. You got two USB 2.0 ports for support up to 480 megabytes per second. Then you got a Thunderbolt port, which of course supports up to 10 gigabytes per second. You got an audio in, audio out, an SDXC card slot, which is just your standard SD card slot. And I think, as it says here, Apple will sell the separate SD cards that will go in there, and they sell it up to 64 gigabytes. I'm not sure if you can see this, but they do sell it up to 64 gigabytes. So this is to expand your hard drive on your laptop, and you can take it on the go. And also got a Kensington lock slot. So now let's see, in terms of connectivity, we got a wireless 802.11n, Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR, and you got a Gigabyte Ethernet port. So in terms of audio, we got stereo speakers with subwoofers, omnidirectional microphone, audio line and mini jack, audio line out, support for Apple iPhone headset with microphone. That's pretty good actually. Okay, say you got a battery power up to 7 hours on web. That's not bad considering it's a MacBook Pro. And multi-touch trackpad, of course, full-size backlit keyboard. Let's see, Thunderbolt, DVI output, HDMI audio and video output using third-party mini display port to HDMI adapter. So you can get an adapter that goes in the Thunderbolt port that makes it in HDMI. And just talks about the graphics briefly here. FaceTime HD camera. So let's just go click on this HDMI adapter thing to see what this is. Yeah, so basically right here what it's saying is Mini DisplayPort is the latest Mac models, enables audio and video output for the latest multimedia standards. DisplayPort, and HDMI. Learn how to use these features. So basically what it is it's like a little adapter that the male end goes in, and it is in fact a display cable, and then the other end comes out and it is an HDMI. So that means you can connect your MacBook to HD TV. So I'm really sorry guys how my prediction video and my actual release date video were so close together, and I hope you like my predictions video. Again, if you want to see that, go in the description. Please check out my latest jailbreak video, and please leave some comments below saying if you think Apple should have added anything, think they should release it later, what do you think they didn't add. And if you like this video, got any information, please like it and subscribe. So yeah, have a nice day.